Do musicians and celebrities really sell their soul for fortune and fame? Yes, they do. There are many artists and entertainers who have sold their soul for fame and fortune. Almost everyone who is a household name today, as far as who we view as idols for us to look up to and emulate, are involved in this practice. It's no longer even hidden in their works, but displayed openly for everyone to participate in these occult rituals alongside of them. Not only that, but it's also freely spoken of in the music these people produce as well. Here are a few examples before we delve deeper into this topic. Kanye West, I sold my soul to the devil. I know it's a crappy deal, / at least it came with a few toys like a Happy Meal. Eminem, I sold my soul to the devil, I'll never get it back, / I just wanna leave this game with level head intact. Eminem also goes by the name Rain Man now, which is an especially powerful demonic entity, and even has a song about it, titled Rain Man. DMX, just listen to the Omen songs on his albums where he's talking to this demon Damien, and also there's another demon he interacts with named Mickey. Kurt Cobain stated he just wants to get stoned and worship Satan. Elton John stated that he only writes songs in which language. The family of Will and Jada Smith, just search some of the interviews his son, Jaden, has given as a kid. Chilling stuff. This isn't even scratching the surface. I have another answer written on this very subject that goes into more detail, with more names, but I digress. You may ask the question, why would these people sell their souls to Satan? Simplified, it's because no living mortal is worthy to be worshipped and idolized in the manner these entertainers are idolized nowadays, with the only beings who are supposed to wield that magnitude of power being God and Satan, meaning those who covet such power would have to pledge allegiance to one of the two opposing sides. We already know that God does not look kindly upon or reward those who seek personal glory in a self-serving manner. Satan, on the other hand, thrives off of this mindset and uses a person's egotistical, selfish nature to lure them into willingly pledging their loyalty to his worship in exchange for all of the earthly vices they may covet. This is especially true for people of wealth and influence, but it should be noted that the most dangerous among those who engage in this practice are those who we do not see or hear about. The ones who echo whispers from the shadows. Now, not all entertainers are occult practitioners, some are genuinely good people, or try to be, at the very least. I'd even argue that most entertainers, when they get their start in the industry, are too awestruck by their lucky break to even be aware of the occult influences festering around them, thinking them to be nothing more than rich, influential people having weird fetishes brought on by high life society. And as such, these naive artists end up falling victim to, and becoming unwilling puppets of, high-ranking industry occultists who hijack the artist's entertainment platform to promote demonic themes and practices, while displaying symbology and iconography that mocks godly principles and glorifies satanic philosophy. Many people contest this, however, but there's no denying that artists rarely have a hand in the direction, production, editing process, etc. of their music or other media. This is all done by their record label. Moving on, it is only when the entertainer reaches a certain level of fame that they are approached by high-ranking occultists in the entertainment industry and given the ultimatum. In order for the artist to continue receiving the publicity, promotion, and platform they have been given, or in order to move up to next plateau, they must either sign over their mind, body and soul to be used however their handlers see fit, or opt to stay at the level they're at and be blackballed from the upper echelon of the coveted Hollywood elite society, with the artist's contacts running dry and their work opportunities diminishing almost overnight. Now, the deal may not be placed in terms as cut and dry as I placed them. Hell, the deal makers may even be sly and sexy with their approach, making it seem as if the artist they're trying to recruit will be the one benefiting from the bargain, able to influence the masses with their good-hearted beliefs and love for life, but it's all a farce, as the entertainers soon find out after signing the contract. What they find out is that in order to attain the height of fame they desire, in becoming household names the world over, they need to give up all of their preconceived personal beliefs, and prescribe to a doctrine of spreading false information about life in order to lead the people who follow them down a path of destruction. The artists are indoctrinated into believing that nothing is free, everything has a cost, and taught that they must consent to despicable and humiliating bodily acts, participate in blood sacrifices, perform lyrics they themselves did not and would not write or sing, and advertise merchandise or propaganda they regularly would not. The reason they are made to perform horrible acts of depravity is because, if they ever decide to speak out against their masters and expose the truth of fame and fortune, they themselves will be destroyed when the acts they have committed become publicized. This is in order to keep them in check through the utilization of self-preservation psychology, because everything comes at a price. This is why we hear about entertainers who started out innocent and lighthearted and later become addicted to substances or commit suicide at young ages. It's because they lose their minds in the midst of all the filth they have seen, heard, and were made to do. You will even hear entertainers themselves speak of seeing and hearing spirits, or matter-of-factly noting that, when they stepped on stage to perform, something just took over and they hardly remember their performances. As far as the blood sacrifices go, have you ever wondered why almost all of these high-profile, household name celebrities have a past of personal tragedy and loss? Many of them losing immediate family members and close personal friends to strange accidents and tragedies when these stars are at the height of their fame. Oftentimes becoming even more famous after the incident took place. It's because the friends and family of these celebrities are often offered as blood sacrifices to demonic powers as a means for the celebrity to continue reaping the benefits of their deal, or to reach a higher level of power and stardom. Think about it. How many people do you know personally who have suffered the kind of loss and tragedy that almost always litters the backgrounds of these entertainers? This is a very real thing. Another question you might ask is, why would Satan even want these people? The answer is a simple one: souls. The one who gains the most souls gains the most power. How does Satan gain said souls? Through the machinations of earthly, demonic-minded acolytes. It's an old tale. Only now, instead of these acolytes hiding in robes, dancing around some carven idol and passing their children through the fire, which they still do, by the way, they're hiding in plain sight and well within earshot, all while still performing the same rituals. There are entertainers and cultural icons. They're the ones dictating our trends, our social norms, our likes and dislikes. Our lingo, YOLO, is just the new age version of Crowley's Do What Thou Wilt, and in recent times, our sexuality. Although Satan works best in subtlety, everything is now becoming more depraved and perverted in the name of being edgy and trend-setting, and now the new fad of breaking something with your racy photos. We live in an age where Nicki Minaj, read, Ménage à Trois, can wear a dress made of stuffed animals and call her followers Barbies, all things that attract little girls, then hop on stage at an awards show, say F***ck skinny B** cheese, then faux face F***ck a random extra, while rapping about men's dick sizes to a sample of Baby Got Back by Sir Mix-a-Lot, including a chorus featuring the sampled lyric, My anaconda don't want none unless you've got buns, hun. I can't make this shit up. These shows are promoted to and watched the world over by young girls who idolize Nicki for her character, at the direction of a mainstream media that deifies Nicki Minaj as a paragon of unflinching, unapologetic femininity and women's empowerment. Look at the way the minds of these entertainers begin to shift when they become superstars. Let's take Kanye West for example. He started at humble roots, even had a song called Jesus Walks, where he asks God to help him fight the devil. His mother dies 3 years later. Flash forward 9 years and here he is, an egomaniacal prick who calls himself Jesus and proclaims boldly that he is God. Similar can be said about Jay-Z, who calls himself Hova, a play on the word Jehovah. This mindset can only be gained by knowledge of the occult, where you essentially learn that you are the master of your own destiny and therefore are your own God. Jay-Z has also been photographed wearing clothing emblazoned with Crowley's Do What Thou Wilt mantra, a clear reference to the doctrines he subscribes to, regardless of what he otherwise claims. We can also look at people like Lady Gaga, who just recently came out speaking against the entertainment industry, exposing them for being notorious for attempting to control every aspect of an artist's life, and even mentioned, albeit subliminally, that there is a hidden agenda behind what we see and hear these stars do and say. Lil Xan is another example of a celebrity personality stating that they have zero control of their lives, while being under the watchful eye of entertainment industry handlers. Moving on, it should be stated that not everyone is presented with the opportunity to sell their soul, and most of the people who seek to sell their soul aren't able to. The ones who are presented with this opportunity are chosen based on predetermined and unknown factors, although one thing can be said of all of them that we see: they know how to draw a devout following. This is important to Satan, because Satan works through these agents to spread the message of discord and chaos. On to the topic of award shows, because this is big. Award shows are, quite literally, mass-scale occult rituals. Not only are they promoting idol worship, but if you watch some past award shows, you'll notice the similarities between the acts from year to year. All of them feature the same concepts, just different sets and entertainers, some songster scantily clad in red singing some song about sex, scarlet whore of Babylon symbology. Animal worship, entertainers dancing around animals, dressed up as animals, or generally incorporating some sort of animalistic troupe into their acts. Occult symbols plastered about, from pyramids to all-seeing eyes to black and white checkered tiles or clothing to individuals passing through dual pillars to inverted Christian iconography, it's all there. Every single bit of it. Rampant sexist, promiscuous, and overall deplorable behavior. Inappropriate performances that involve children or are aimed at younger audiences. Now, as I stated previously, some of these entertainers may not be personally involved in these practices, but the people who control their careers are, and they use unwitting entertainers as puppets to subliminally imprint their messages onto our subconscious minds. Others are definitely involved. All one has to do is look at the signs and symbols, and it becomes apparent. There are interviews and articles online breaking down the satanic and occult-based aspects of the industry that are open for public viewing. I'd encourage anyone with even a passing interest in this topic to ignore the detractors and look this information up for themselves. My final point: the name Hollywood itself suggests magical influence, seeing as though strings of wood from a holly tree is one of the main requirements in the crafting of magic wands, which are then used to cast spells on people. Oftentimes at the ignorance of the individuals who these spells are being casted upon. You get my point. Overall, the entertainment industry is a pretty wretched place, and Satan thrives there. It's only logical that if you wish to thrive there as well, you need to hail the master of the craft. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to Scorpio, I am her, and hit that notification bell to be notified of my next videos.